Bangkok doesn't make sense. It's too hot, too chaotic, too overwhelming, and somehow it's one of my favorite cities in the world. But if you don't know what you're doing, you'll spend 3 days stuck in traffic, hiding in malls and wondering what everyone was raving about. So here are the things I wish I knew before visiting Bangkok for the first time. The stuff that'll actually help you enjoy this beautiful, bizarre city. Let me be very clear about this. Bangkok's heat is next level. It's the kind of heat that makes you rethink your life choices while standing completely still. But to be honest, the air quality is worse. Some days the pollution sits heavy over the city, and after a few days you'll notice it. You know, scratchy throat, headaches and just feeling kind of off. For example, my wife always feels a bit unwell after a few days here, and I can see online that a lot of travelers feel the same, especially in the fry season from March to June. So here's your survival plan. Drink more water than you think you need, and check the air quality index online before you go out, and if it's bad, maybe wear a mask like the locals and stick to indoor activities that day. Bangkok definitely isn't a place to wander without internet. Between traffic, wrong turns and streets that change names halfway down, you'll need data constantly. So pick up a SIM card at the airport or any 7-Eleven, or you could get an eSIM. You know, for a few dollars you'll get unlimited data for a week, and it's just going to make your Bangkok experience so much better. This sounds stupidly simple, but grab a hotel card with your address, like your hotel address written in Thai before you leave each day. When you're exhausted, lost, or trying to explain to a taxi driver where you're staying and he just looks confused, even though you're staying at one of the most famous hotels, you'll thank me. Just hand them the card and they'll take you there. Problem solved. Bangkok taxis will try every trick in the book to avoid using the meter. They'll quote you 400 baht for a ride that should cost 200, and tourists get hit with this constantly. So if you insist on the meter, they'll suddenly not go that way, or they'll just ride off. Your hotel staff can help you order a taxi and make sure the meter's on, but when you're out and about, you're on your own. That's why Grab is your new best friend. It's like Uber, but for everything, rides, scooters, food delivery, if you want some bubble tea, you name it. No haggling, no confusion, and you see the price before you even move. Bangkok's BTS SkyTrain, which is the suburban train, and the MRT, which is the metro, are both modern, clean and ice cold inside, which is nice. They don't go everywhere in Bangkok, but where they do, they'll save you time and sanity. The only thing to watch out for is rush hour, when it feels like half of Thailand is crammed into one train. The Chao Phraya Express boats are one of Bangkok's best kept secrets. They cost almost nothing, like 15-20 baht per ride, and they are a brilliant way to see the city from the water. Hop on and off at temples, markets and riverside spots without dealing with traffic. And if you're feeling adventurous, try the Klong boats. They are these skinny speedboats that fly through Bangkok's canals like they're late for something important. Bangkok traffic is a living organism, unpredictable and somehow always worse than yesterday. There's no rush hour, to be honest, it's just rush life. And I'm sure at some point you'll end up sitting in a taxi watching scooters fly past you, realizing that you might look at Google Maps and be like, oh bloody hell, I could have just walked, would have been faster and warmer of course, but if you got an appointment in Bangkok, leave early or use the SkyTrain or the metro whenever that's possible. The noise, the traffic, the neon, it can feel a bit intimidating at first, but honestly, Bangkok is one of the safest big cities I've been to. The main danger here is getting scammed out of a few dollars or falling over a random hole in the pavement. So keep an eye on your stuff in crowded areas and don't get blackout drunk and you'll probably be fine. Most of the time the chaos just looks scarier than it is. You can pay with card in, big places, but street stalls and markets still live in the cash-only era for tourists. When you get cash out, always use an ATM from a real Thai bank like Bangkok Bank or Kasikorn. There's a 7-Eleven literally on every corner, and after a few days, I'm sure it's gonna become your best friend in Bangkok. You can basically live off them if you want. Iced coffee, toasties, cold water, toothpaste, snacks, SIM cards. They even heat your food for you. And you can actually use Apple Pay and your card in 7-Eleven, and you can even get some cash out if you're being nice. Forget fancy restaurants. The real Bangkok food scene happens on plastic stools by the roadside. And if it's busy with locals, it's good. Don't worry too much about safe food. If it's hot and fresh, you'll be fine. Some of my best meals in Bangkok honestly cost less than a cup of coffee back home, and it's just from those street stalls. Yaowarat, Bangkok's Chinatown, is sensory overload in the best possible way. You've got narrow streets packed with gold shops, street food vendors and neon signs, and especially at night when the whole area lights up, it's just awesome to walk around there. It's loud, it's crowded, it smells incredible, and sometimes it smells a bit weird, and it's one of the places that you just need to come to when you're going to Bangkok. And make sure you go hungry, just wander around and eat everything, because these are the kind of experiences that you're going to miss when you leave Thailand. You'll probably hear the line, "The temple is closed today," within your first 48 hours in Bangkok. Spoiler, it's not closed. This scam usually ends with you in a random shop or getting a suit tailor-made, or you're getting into an overpriced tuk-tuk. It's annoying, sure, but once you've been here for a few days, you start to see it coming from a mile away and you just ignore it, smile to the guy and say no and keep walking. And look, some YouTubers love to make 20-minute videos about Bangkok scams to farm views and make money, and they make it sound like Bangkok and Thailand is a war zone. It's not. You might lose 100 baht on an overpriced tuk-tuk and that's it. Don't let the YouTubers fill you with anxiety even before going to Thailand. Khao San Road is tourist central. Neon lights, bucket drinks and backpackers everywhere. It's loud, it's messy, and yes, it is a bit cringe. But to be honest, it's also kind of fun for a couple of beers and some people watching for a few hours. Just don't make it your whole Bangkok experience. And here's a little hack. Walk 2 minutes from Khao San Road over to Rambutri Alley instead. It's quieter, cozier, and there are actually some decent restaurants here that you can just chill out, maybe get a beer and just enjoy the scenery without the full sensory overload that you get on Khao San Road. They look cute and feel exciting the first time, but by the second ride you'll realize that you're paying triple the price to inhale Bangkok traffic. So maybe try riding a tuk-tuk once for the experience, preferably at night with city lights flashing by. That's pretty cool. It's chaotic, ridiculous and kind of amazing in small doses. Losing your temper in Bangkok or in Thailand in general means that you're losing face, and that's a huge deal here. If you stay calm and smile, things just magically work out in Thailand. But if you get loud or pushy, people just shut down instantly. So Thailand teaches you patience whether you like it or not. Before 8 AM, it's calm, the light is soft, and the air hasn't turned into soup yet. You'll see old ladies sweeping the sidewalks and food vendors setting up in silence. It's a peaceful, almost sacred experience, and then suddenly, like someone flipped the switch, everything is just crazy in Bangkok. So if you want to see Bangkok's gentle side, wake up early once and hit the city. It's definitely worth it. So Bangkok is chaos on the ground, but from 30 floors up, it's quite peaceful actually. And swimming at sunset while the city lights flicker on below you, it feels like another world. There are plenty of good rooftop hotels, and I think it's one of those rare experiences where you actually want to come back early from a day out, just sit by the pool and maybe get a beer and just watch the madness from a distance. You know me, I've made loads of snarky remarks at hotels on this channel. I don't push specific hotels unless I really like them. So here we go. The East in Grand Payatai blew me away on my last trip to Bangkok. The breakfast buffet is absolutely insane. Like, you could eat here for 2 hours and still not try everything. It's the kind of breakfast that would make you skip lunch if you were in any other city than Bangkok. And one thing I was obsessed with, they have 2 rooftop pools, and the highest one is so quiet because it's so high up. It's just peaceful in Bangkok, which is kind of surreal. The rooms are spacious and modern, the staff are genuinely friendly, and location-wise it was just perfect because it's connected directly to the BTS SkyTrain via this covered walkway, and it's also near the airport rail link, so you can get easily out to the airport. So it's an expensive one, yes, but worth it in my humble opinion. In Bangkok, you'll probably start pretending to go shopping just to cool down. Terminal 20 has themed floors like an airport. Icon Siam is basically an art installation, and the food courts in all of the shopping malls are so good. Like, they are literally better than most restaurants in Europe and so much cheaper. I'll definitely go to my local mall every day here in Copenhagen if the food was as good as in Bangkok. Bangkok has 2 airports, Suvarnabhumi and Don Muang. And you can fly to basically everywhere in Thailand from either one. If you want to go to the islands down south, Phuket, Koh Samui, Krabi, there are multiple flights every day. And you can also go up to Chiang Rai or Chiang Mai, and it's quite cheap to fly domestically in Thailand. Bangkok doesn't do light drizzle. It's literally 1, 2, 3 biblical rainfall. Like, streets flood very fast, traffic gets even worse, and suddenly, you know, that 5-minute walk, it turns into a river crossing. Bangkok is hot year around, but the cool season from November to February is the most bearable. March to June is brutal. It's like standing in front of a hairdryer. And how long to visit? I'd say 3 to 4 days is enough to get a feel for the city, but if you're pushed on time, 2 days works too, because I get that you want to get down to the islands faster. So have you been to Bangkok? What shocked you the most about the city? Drop your own I wish I knew moments in the comments, because they'll definitely help someone planning their first trip to Bangkok. And if you enjoyed this, subscribe for more travel videos.